Welcome to this video on ELRF Best Schedule P 2015. In this video we're going to look at the Extended Link Ratio Family, ELRF, modeling framework. The key takeaways from this video are the Extended Link Ratio Family modeling framework is not about just finding an answer. Rather, we place emphasis on the diagnostics immediately presented on opening the module. These inform us whether the answers obtained are supported by the data. To this end, ELRF includes residual displays, YX plots, normality plots, and the bootstrap technique. The first three displays should be examined before producing any forecast. The bootstrap can be applied to any link ratio method, and forecasts should be examined carefully for reasonableness, especially by calendar year. Let's now open the system and walk through an example. For this example, let's open the triangle group CSAA ins group G 18460 HOFO, and it's a 10 by 10 array. We're now going to select the dataset ILC_EP. This is the incurred losses cumulative with earned premium as exposure. Select it and then click the ELRF tab to open ELRF. When you open the ELRF modeling framework, three windows will be brought to the front: the regression table, YX plots, and the residual displays. Let's also click on the hourglass with the three diamonds to bring up the diagnostic tools. We're going to click the drop down next to the four windows on the toolbar and select minimize regression tables. We're now going to see the three windows displayed for the diagnostic plots, the residuals, and the YX plots. To maximize any display in the system, click on the title and it will maximize the graphs. So let's maximize the normality plot, the residuals versus calendar year, and the incremental 1 versus cumulative 0 of the YX plots. Right, these are the first three diagnostics that we should examine when we enter ELRF. The normality plot indicates whether our regression estimators are efficient. The residuals versus calendar year is particularly important because the link ratio methods do not fit calendar year parameters. So if there's any trend changes in the calendar year, it's important to know this because it indicates that link ratio methods are not the most effective way to model the data. We're also interested in the YX plots because this tells us whether the link ratios are actually adding to the predictive value of the forecast. So in this first display, normality, we're happy. In the residuals versus calendar year, we can see there are some ups and downs. So particularly the 2015 calendar year, all the residuals are high, so they're above 0 with the exception of 1, and all the residuals in 2014 are below 0 with the exception of 1. So we can see some definite changes in the central blue line, which is indicating what the average sort of residuals are doing. So this is a point of concern. The incremental 1 versus cumulative 0 has got a significant correlation and p-value of it. So this indicates at least from 0 to 1, the link ratios are providing useful information. Click on the scroll bar. Now we're looking at development period 2, the incrementals, versus the cumulative in development period 1. And at this point, we can see that there is no predictive power. The link ratios are not actually helping us estimate the next cumulative. And we can see this because the correlation is not statistically significant. The p-value is well above a threshold of 0.05 or even 0.1. So from this point on, the link ratios are not actually helping us get an estimate of what the total reserve is. Before going further, let's walk through the toolbar options of the ELRF modeling framework. On the left-hand side, just under the database tab, you'll see an icon with 3 M's. This is for the model templates. If you click on it, it brings up a dialog where you can select which model you want to apply. You've got some options as to whether you're fitting the intercept, trend, or ratios, and what delta that you want to use in the model. So by default you've got ratio only with delta 1. This is the volume weighted averages or the MAC method. For the other options you've got Murphy, which is intercept and ratio. You've got Cape Cod, trend and ratio. The trend and ratio options are included in the extended link ratio family. The trend is applied down the accident years for each development period. Let's cancel. Next to the M's, you've got the option to load a model. If you click on it, it will display in the dialog any models that have been saved into the database. Currently, I don't have any models saved, so there's nothing to display there. The ITR stands for intercept, trend, and ratio. It allows you to manually input whether you want to intercept or trend or ratio for particular periods. The TE button just allows you to quickly change the delta in the model. The TU is to change the ratio to ultimate. The variance to periods allows you to remove periods from the model. We'll run through that a bit later. Optimize we'll run through later. Estimate is the E with a lightning bolt that just says to estimate the current model. The regression table with the R brings up the current parameter estimates for the model. So currently we've just got ratios estimated. The M with the downward arrow gives the option of saving the model. So if you click that, you can then save a model into the database. Just give it a name, click Save. The box with the diamonds brings up the residual display, which we have active already. The 3D residual display just brings up a 3D window that shows you the residuals in the 3D framework. The hourglass with the diamonds brings up the diagnostic tools, which we brought up earlier, the YX plots. The log shows you the logbook, so that just shows you the steps of the model that currently has been estimated, as well as some other statistics like AIC, BIC. The forecast and the bootstrap forecast gives you the completing the square for the forecast, perhaps including the ratio to ultimate, and similarly with the bootstrap forecast. We're going to cover those forecast options in a subsequent video. This concludes this video on the extended link ratio family. We'll resume in the next video beginning with the forecast. Thank you.